You just met someone 5 seconds ago and their name is already gone. Sound familiar? You're not being rude, you're not careless. Science says your brain is doing something very specific and it's fascinating. When you meet someone new, your brain is juggling 100 things at once: their face, their body language, the conversation, and the social pressure of making a good impression. The name gets encoded last and often weakest. Psychologists call this encoding failure. Your brain never truly stored the name in the first place. It's not a memory problem, it's an attention problem. The moment someone says their name, your mind has already moved on to what you're going to say next. It's called the cocktail party effect. Your brain selectively filters what it considers important. And sadly, a name said once briefly doesn't always make the cut. Research shows that introverts, highly analytical thinkers, and people with high social anxiety are more likely to forget names, and the reason is more interesting than you might think. When an introvert meets someone new, their brain doesn't just skim the surface. It goes deep, reading microexpressions, analyzing tone, processing meaning behind every word. They're so busy understanding the person that the name, a simple label, gets lost in the noise. It's the price of deep thinking. Highly analytical people face the same trap. Their minds are constantly categorizing, connecting, and questioning. The moment someone introduces themselves, the analytical brain is already building a mental profile: occupation, personality type, how this person relates to what they already know. The name, it was just the opening line, it didn't survive the analysis. For people with social anxiety, the problem runs even deeper. When you're anxious in a social setting, your brain shifts into threat detection mode. Your focus narrows not onto the person in front of you but onto yourself. Am I saying the right thing? Do I look nervous? Are they judging me? That internal noise drowns out the name before it ever gets a chance to stick. And then there's ADHD. People with ADHD have a brain that chases stimulation. In a social moment full of movement, faces, sounds, and conversation, the name is just one signal among dozens. Attention scatters in every direction, not out of disrespect, but because the brain is genuinely wired to be pulled everywhere at once. The common thread across all of these: it's never about caring less. In fact, these are often the people who care the most. They're just processing so much that the name doesn't get the dedicated attention it needs to stick. The simplest trick: repeat the name immediately and mean it. The moment someone tells you their name, say it back, out loud, right then. Nice to meet you, Sarah. It sounds almost too simple to work. But that one small act does something powerful inside your brain. It forces the name out of passive hearing and into active processing. You're no longer just receiving a sound, you're producing it, owning it, encoding it. Here's the science behind why it works. Your brain has two types of memory storage: short-term and long-term. A name heard once passively sits in short-term memory for only a few seconds before it fades. But the moment you say that name out loud, you activate multiple brain regions simultaneously. The auditory cortex hears it, the motor cortex produces it, and the frontal lobe registers it as something intentional. That multi-region activation is what moves a memory from temporary to lasting. Think of it like saving a file. Hearing a name is like opening a document. Saying it back is like hitting save. But don't stop there. Use their name 2 more times within the first minute of conversation, naturally, not robotically. So Sarah, what brings you here? Or that's a great point, Sarah. Each repetition deepens the neural pathway. The more your brain retrieves a piece of information, the stronger that memory becomes. Psychologists call this the retrieval practice effect, and it's one of the most well-proven principles in memory science. There's another reason this works beyond neuroscience: it makes the other person feel genuinely seen. People respond warmly when you use their name. The conversation flows better, you relax, and a relaxed mind remembers far more than an anxious one. If you're in a group setting and meet several people at once, don't try to remember everyone instantly. Focus on one name at a time, repeat it, use it, then move to the next. Trying to absorb 5 names in 30 seconds guarantees you'll lose all 5. The bottom line: your memory isn't broken, it just needs a trigger. Saying the name out loud is that trigger. It takes 1 second, it costs nothing, and it transforms a forgotten face into a remembered person. One name said once, out loud, that's all it takes to make it stick. So the next time you walk away from a conversation and that name is Alria, Dagon, don't beat yourself up. Your brain wasn't being lazy, it was busy. Busy reading the room, processing emotions, managing anxiety, or simply thinking too hard about everything else at once. The good news: this is completely fixable. One small habit, saying the name back, using it naturally, letting it land, changes everything. Names matter, they're the first gift someone gives you when you meet them. Remember it, use it, make them feel like they were worth remembering.